Khan is a great boxer who is very aware of his power as a symbol as well as a sportsman.
Amir Khan is a world champion.
My hero is someone who's been successful in life, so for me it would be like Amir Khan.
A fabulous night for British boxing.
I think he's opened a lot of doors for the youngsters.
I look at him as an idol, as a friend, just as much as a brother.
I think role models are vital for the success of boxing, especially in Great Britain.
Hi, my name is Amir Khan, two-time world boxing champion. On this episode on Al-Arabi TV, you'll get to see how boxing changed my life and how it made me a hero.
ستبحث هذه الحلقة من روح الفريق، قدرة الرياضة على صناعة البطل من خلال تتبع قصة بطل الملاكمة البريطانية الشهير أمير خان، الذي ألهمه أسطورة الملاكمة محمد علي كلاي وصعوده للشهرة ليصنع أسطورة تلهم جيلا من الملاكمين الشباب من الخلفيات العرقية. لحلبة الملاكمة مكانة مميزة في التاريخ الثقافي لقدرتها على صناعة الأبطال من الفئات المحرومة والمهمشة اجتماعيا. وخلافا لكرة القدم، كانت الملاكمة دائما منبرا للرياضيين من الأقليات العرقية ليظهروا تألقهم الرياضي من خلالها، فهي رياضة فردية تظهر القوة الجسدية والرجولة وتعتمد على القوة البدنية المحضة، ولكونها لا تتطلب سوى العضلات والقبضة والإرادة الصلبة، فقد غدت بذلك الخيار الأول للكثير من الرياضيين من الأقليات العرقية في بريطانيا وأمريكا في القرن العشرين، الذين صنعوا من أنفسهم حكاية بطل فريدة.
Boxers are heroes for many people, almost in the tradition of ancient heroes from mythology, because they seem to embody an almost prehistoric strength and ability. They can fight their opponents, they can triumph against adversity. So they're in some ways timeless symbols or heroes for many people. And they embody ideas and values that seem eternal: goodness, virtue, hard work, perseverance, all sorts of things.
A hero in boxing for me is someone who never gives up and works hard to achieve the dream, which is mainly becoming a world champion. And I think that's what Amir Khan is doing and has been doing for the last 10 years. And I just hopefully one day I can do the same.
So I like to watch a bit of boxing, my previous fights. So when we go in there, like, we look at the mistakes, if there are mistakes that we're making. So then when I start my training, it's like in my mind what I need to do. It just helps you to focus as well. You know, gets you more locked in. My hero was Muhammad Ali. I'm a big Muhammad Ali fan. I support him. I think he's the best fighter ever. And what made him amazing was not only the things he did in the boxing ring, it was the things he did outside the boxing ring. For example, you know, he stood for what was right. He also did a lot of charity work. He helped the poor people. He was a great person, meeting people. He used to take time to meet people and obviously travel the world to you know, to kind of show people what type of person he is, to express his, you know, a personality out to people and stuff. And that's what I respect about him, and that's something I like to do, and I try my best to you know, follow his footsteps and be like him. Even if I did half of what Muhammad Ali did, I'd be a very happy person.
It's wonderful that Muhammad Ali, the American boxer, has inspired so many people, from Amir Khan, whose career really has been going now for 10 years or so, to the young Muhammad Ali taking the name of his great hero, fighting from Bradford now. I think there are only two boxers of many and many to come who will be inspired by the great Cassius Clay becoming Muhammad Ali from America in the 60s. And he really is, I think, the epitome of a boxer who has done so much more beyond the ring as well as in the ring. And I hope he inspires many other young fighters to do the same.
محمد علي كلاي من أعظم الملاكمين الذين شهدتهم حلبات الملاكمة. هو أسطورة رياضية تجاوزت حدود الزمان والمكان ليصبح بطلاً لأجيال شباب الأقليات السوداء وغيرها من الأقليات حول العالم.
It feels nice to be, you know, in Bolton and obviously drive around. Everybody knows you, everybody likes you. You know, they wave at you and be nice to you, and it's just nice. I'm like part of the furniture here. People know Amir Khan, and I'm like their hero in Bolton, really. I think it's very important to have role models and to be a good Muslim. Because obviously, you know, by being a good Muslim, I want other people to follow my footsteps. We need positive role models whose footsteps we can follow. I want people to follow my footsteps and be like me, do good things, represent the country. Obviously, I am a Muslim. My parents are from Pakistan, but I am very proud to be a British Englishman. You know, and people have to follow my footsteps. We live here, we go to school in this country, and we have to be proud of being British.
I started boxing because of Amir Khan. I was in a bedroom like similar to this with a television watching him in the Olympics in 2004, and I was thinking, he's only 17 and he's winning Olympic medals competing against men, and I was thinking I want to do something like that, and ever since then I've just tried and emulate him and hopefully can one day become a world champion like he is.
This is my house now we're going to. We've been living here for the last 10 years, and my parents live across the road from me. Literally, we live in the same garden. So this is my house. So I'll give you a quick tour. This is the swimming pool area. So we have the swimming pool here, where I do mainly I like to relax here with my little girl, take her to the pool. This is the gym area. So I like to do some extra training here. So this is the living area, where we do all the living and everything. Like a small seating area here. I'll have the dinner table, have the kitchen. It's all open plan, and have a pool table. So my friends, when they come, we can play a bit of pool, table football. So these are the Muhammad Ali shots that he wore against Sonny Liston, and This is the Olympic torch that they had me holding when I was running with it to light the cauldron. And obviously I'm a big boxing fan as well as a fighter, so I've got a lot of Muhammad Ali gloves, merchandise and everything, yeah. Yeah, these are a few trophy collection of, there's a few very important ones here. Obviously the Olympic silver medal, which I won in Athens in 2004. That's this. Yeah, they're all very close to me. Obviously every fight I had, I've got every trophy. This is only a very small collection of the trophies I have here. The rest I put in a box, but I do keep them. They're all very close to me because every fight I had, I won a trophy for. And every award I won, I've got a trophy for. So they are very special.
Boxing's been in my life since I was born because my father and mother run the club. I'm the youngest of four, there's four brothers. I've got 3 brothers that all box. My mother and father just run the club, and then I started helping my dad when I was 19, and then I started running it. I've been running it 50 years now. We've had a lot of good lads come through it. We've had a lot of national schoolboy champions and boys club champions. Amir went to the Olympics and got a silver medal.
في جولات الملاكمة يقف الملاكم وحيدا في الحلبة، لكن وراء الكواليس هناك شبكة دعم مؤلفة من العائلة والمدربين تعمل على إرشاده وتهيئته كرياضي، وتشكل هذه الشبكة جدارا خفيا من الدعم والتعزيز، ويظهر هذا الجدار أحيانا بشكل خاطف في اللحظات الحرجة على الحلبة لتقديم العناية الطبية والدعم المعنوي للملاكم.
I think support of a young boxer is vital in their development. I think it's really important that the families support them, understand what they're going through, get to understand what the sport's about so that they can make the right decisions moving forward for their son or daughter. And the support that Mo will get here, or I'm sure Amir Khan got when he was on the programme, is vital in them achieving things and being given the right amount of experience to get them up to the level where they can win medals at Olympic Games, which has been shown by Amir Khan already, and I'm sure Mo can possibly go on and emulate what Amir Khan did. But support from your family, support from your parents and support from the programme and the coaches and the support staff is vital.
I must admit, at the time, I never thought where Amir would be when he first walked into a gym, you know, where he'd get to, how far he would succeed. I was only there for him because he was enjoying it, and I wanted him to continue enjoying it, and, you know, I had to be there for him, so continue with his, whatever he'd like to be eventually. But I must admit, at that stage, when I first took him to the gym, I didn't expect him to be where he is today, but mashallah, you know, he's worked very hard and got there.
Yeah, my father, you know, obviously he was a mechanic in the motor trade, and my mother was a housewife, but they always supported me in boxing, always, you know, they was always backing me, pushing me towards the right direction, making sure I was off the streets doing wrong things, but doing good things in the boxing gym.
When Amir first started, he was about a stone overweight, and it took me about 6 months to get his weight down to his proper weight. He boxed at 42 kilo his first fight for me, but when he come to me, he was about 52 kilo. But then, with hard training, got his weight down and got to the right weight, and then he won national titles at every weight.
Those days are the days that you know, made who Amir Khan is. I mean, going to Olympic Games, winning a medal, being the youngest British boxer ever to win a medal. those were the days, you know, those are the things that made Amir Khan, made me the fighter, made me the good fighter, give me the name, give me the exposure, and I can never forget those days. Those days were the best days, really. I achieved so much as an amateur, and maybe that's the reason I'm in this position. You know, I was a very hard-working fighter. I started boxing at the age of 8. The reason I started was because I was very hyperactive. I used to always misbehave at home. I had too much energy. I was very hyperactive as a young kid. So there was a boxing club in Bolton, and that's where I started. I just loved going to the gym and smelling the sweat and the blood. It was just something for me, it was.
It's very important, really, for the parents to be behind them. Whatever the kids want to do, I think, you know. It's very, very important, because the kids will be only successful if they've got their parents behind them. When they're young, obviously they can't go on their own, you know, so they need that support. And it is very, very important. Obviously, this is just a typical example of some of the trophies he's achieved, you know, in his career. And this is just a fraction of what he's done, you know. And then meeting the kind of people like the Queen Elizabeth there, you know, and you know, it makes you proud as a parent, you know, when your kids do get so successful.
It was very hard, you know, when I turned professional, because there were so many offers and deals there for me. I really wanted to go to the next Olympics, but the deal that was on the table for me was such a big deal. My amateur boxing trainer told me to turn professional. He said it's the best chance for me to turn professional, and it's the best option. And that's the reason I turned professional. Obviously, Mick Jelly did a lot for me in the amateur days. I won the Olympics, went to World Championships and European Championships. But I think it was just a time. I needed a new goal, and the new goal was to turn professional.
Right hand, left roll, again right hand roll, right hand. Come on, move off quicker, keep your shape, jab, jab, 1, 2, again 1, 2 left hook, again, right hand, uppercut. It makes life a lot easier when you have somebody like Amir Khan to look up to, who's a positive role model, has achieved quite a lot. It makes things a lot easier for the younger Muslims that are growing up, who are going to try and achieve the same, or if not more, than what he's achieved. And when you go to the clubs, I mean, some people, I mean, like Ali, sometimes gets compared to Amir Khan, you know, with what he's achieved. And, you know, people say they see similarities, so it's, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I think it is. Amir Khan is a story, because obviously being a young boy who was always fighting and always misbehaving, and how boxing changed my life, and I started to behave, and now I do all the community work, helping the people around the world, doing charity work, and also building boxing gyms, and, you know, becoming a big name around the world, becoming a hero around the world, not only in England. So yeah, boxing is definitely a story, because from somebody who was unknown, who nobody knew but nobody knew, but now everybody in the world knows me. It's beautiful, yeah, it's great.
Bolton has lots of ethnic minority communities living within it, and lots of young people from those communities come specifically to this gallery to look at the portrait of Amir Khan. In fact, when we unveiled the portrait, lots of Amir's family came to look at the portrait, and it was such a proud moment for his family, because he's seen very much as a local hero, and his father and his mother and sister were here, and so they were very emotional about having such a special portrait. The portrait of Amir Khan itself is supposed to depict lots of action and lots of swiftness, much like boxing as a sport. And when we commissioned the painting, we wanted it to look as if he was in a fight, And so the artist has put lots of action in the painting to depict that. But if you actually look closer at the painting, there is a hand in the bottom corner, and that is a hand of a child. And Amir Khan does lots and lots of charity work, both in this country and abroad. And so he wanted to make sure that his portrait, which is supposed to be what he is, actually showed that he did lots of charity work, and that's what the hand represents.
That's right, yeah. It was a painting drawn of me that made it into the London Museum first, and then from the London Museum they passed it on to Bolton Museum because I'm from Bolton. It was a beautiful painting. It was showing that I'm a boxer, at the same time showing that me holding hands of children, so I do all the charity work. So if you look at the portrait, there's a lot. It shows a lot about Amir Khan, and the painting won an award and won a TV series as well. So yeah, it's an honor to be in the Bolton Museum one day. When my little girl, when I take her to the museum, I can say, "There's your daddy's picture." So it's nice.
Amir Khan is a great boxer who is very aware of his power as a symbol as well as a sportsman. Inspired by the American Muhammad Ali, he's realized that his success in the ring can be a catalyst for all sorts of other ventures. For example, recently he's involved with helping refugees. He's helped support earthquake victims in Kashmir or flood victims in the Philippines. And he's really a very smart as well as skillful young man in terms of thinking about what he can use boxing as a platform to achieve. And I think that's something he's got from Muhammad Ali.
محمد علي كان من أكثر الرياضيين الذين عرفهم التاريخ دعما للأعمال الخيرية عبر الزمن، فنزالاته داخل الحلبة صنعت التاريخ، ونزالاته من أجل القضايا العادلة خارج الحلبة غيرت التاريخ. حاذيا حذو بطله، يدرك خان تأثير إنجازاته وقوته داخل الحلبة على القضايا التي يتبناها خارجها، وبذلك نجح في توجيه تأثيره لخدمة القضايا العادلة، وصنع من نفسه بطلا عن جدارة بعد أن استلهم حكاية بطله هو.
First time I come to Greece was in 2004 and it changed my life. Going to Olympic Games, becoming one of the youngest ever to win a medal, it definitely did change my life. But coming back to Greece now, after like 11 years, I've come here to change other people's life. I have a Amir Khan Foundation which helps the people around the world, the less privileged people, the less fortunate people, and just recently I did a Syria trip, helping the Syrian people when they were coming off the boats, the refugees. Also I'm building in Gambia, I'm building orphanages. I'm more focusing on the children because obviously when they grow up, they're the future. So I like to focus more on the children, build orphanages, and my next project will be hopefully end of December. I'm thinking of doing something big in Asia. It's always nice to give back to the community. I like to give back because I think God's given me a lot. He's made me a champion. He's financially secured me. He's also, you know, all my dreams have come true. So I like to go out there and make other people's dreams come true. I've opened a boxing gym for the community. I want to open more. Also, I'm building, you know, different community gyms around the world. For example, in Qatar, we're in talks of doing one over there. We're in talks of doing a couple in Pakistan, India also, and Dubai. So I love to make Amir Khan academies all over, but at the same time, you know, doing the charity work, that humbles me. That makes me a better person because I know that I'm helping the poor people, I'm helping people, and I'm also saving lives. And by saving lives, you know, God looks down on you and you benefit in other ways. He's always helped me, he's always been there for me, so that's why I go out there and help the poor people and do more for them because I know I get a lot of prayers from them.
أبطال الرياضة مثل أمير خان والذين تجاوزت إنجازاتهم الرياضية المعدل الطبيعي للإنجازات يمثلون القيم الجوهرية للعبة التي تتلخص بقيم البسالة والشجاعة والتضحية بالنفس. وهذه البطولة تطرح مثالا للشباب من الأقليات العرقية وتمنحهم الأمل بأنهم قادرون على أن يصبحوا هم أنفسهم أبطالا. وهنا تكمن القدرة الاستثنائية والأبدية لقوة أبطال الرياضة التي تعيش عبر الزمن كما يعيش محمد علي بيننا ليس فقط عبر إلهامه لخان، بل أيضا من خلال أسطورته الرياضية وإنجازاته التي أثبتت أنك حر أن تكون من تريد أن تكون.
To become a champion, you have to train very, very hard. You have to be disciplined. You have to be focused. It's not easy, but it's very tough. And with me, you know, I was a very hard-working young fighter, and I still am a young fighter. You know, I'm at 29 years old now, and I'm getting older, and it's getting harder, but I still keep working hard and keep winning.